Hi everybody, it's FIBO Group, and you are watching to the Market Watch review. Mixed results were seen in Asia Pacific. Only China's CSI 300 was lower than the other major markets during the week. Europe's Stoxx 600 has risen 0.5%. It will have its best week since March if it maintains these gains. Futures in the US are more volatile. The euro is now over cent below yesterday's peak. This was due to the drop in flash PMI composite below 50, which has been a problem since the beginning of last year. Major currencies are trading at a lower rate against the greenback, with the exception of the euro. Today, the Canadian dollar is among the most resilient along with the Swiss franc and the yen. The weakness of the euro is a problem for Central European currencies. Yesterday's key upside reversal in gold was extended today. It looks positive from a technical perspective. September WTI is holding steady at the same levels. It is now up 1.8% after falling 6.9% last week. Asian Pacific market. Japan's June CPI headline inflation fell to 2.4% from 2.5% in May. The underlying measures remain stable. The dollar dropped to a 7-day low against the Japanese currency, hovering around JPY 137.00, the driver of the decline in the U.S. 10-year yield at 2.81%. The lowest since July 6, 2008, appeared to be the U.S. The slower pace of activity in Australia is reflected in the flash PMI. While the manufacturing PMI dropped to 55.7 from 56.2, the service PMI fell from 52.6 to 50.4. Composite PMI now stands at 50.6, a decrease of 52.6. Next week, Australia will report on the second quarter of inflation. The Australian dollar is trading in a narrow range from yesterday's high. Market of Europe. The ECB announced the 50 BP rate increase that was hinted at earlier this week. Since 2014, the deposit rate has been below zero. The September 8th meeting will see Lane, the chief economist of the ECB, and his staff provide new inflation and growth forecasts. It is likely that revisions will be made in the following direction. The current 6.8% inflation forecast for this year requires a 7 handle, and growth may need to change. Yesterday's euro reached a new low, drawing closer to $1.0280. However, it has been offered again today. The weak PMI didn't help. The UK data today was weaker than economists had expected, but it wasn't as bad as they thought. The dollar has been more stable than sterling, and sterling has suffered. To lift the tone, we must overcome the $1.2000 cap. Market of America. Survey results from the Philadelphia Fed were terrible. It dropped from -3.3 to 12.3, the lowest level since May 2020. Worse, the outlook for business conditions in 6 months is dimming, and the future index to new orders dropped to its lowest level since 1979. In the week ending July 16, jobless claims rose 7,000 to 251,000. Today, Canada reports May retail sales. Expect a strong 1.6% increase, with a little more without auto sales. That's all for me. Closely monitor the news background and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.